Keely, Great Prince, only gold medal hope, not getting gold.
I knew it, guys. I said it yesterday, and like the day before yesterday. I don't know. Do you know what? It was all the pre-match hype, and it was different to last year in Paris. Last year in Paris, she came in as the favorite. There was a lot of hype around her, but it wasn't. They hadn't hung the gold medal around her neck. They were like, "Oh, it's gonna be tough. Like, hopefully, she can do it." And I think generally it suits the British athletes a little bit more when they're slightly under-favored in the UK, when they're not pushed so far forward. So I think because they just put the medal around her neck, she came out in August. She looked really good, to be fair. First race out after a year. She looked good. But I told you guys in the rounds, I was like, I'm just seeing that she thinks she can win this race anyhow, and she can't, right? And that's what it is. She got baited by Mary Moore, who I think was a bit of a sacrificial lamb. She knew she wasn't going to win this race. She knew. And so she went out there to confuse the other two big dangers, which is Georgia and Keely. Georgia didn't fall for it, but Keely did. And I think it really cost her that surging to try and get the inside line. After she didn't get it after 200, she should have just left it and sat off the pace a little bit and said, it's okay. Like, I know I haven't done all my speed work, but I could defo push it out from 400 onwards, right? She didn't do that, and I'm so disappointed because I love Keely. I think she's a great athlete. She's been top of the world since she was 19 years old, which we don't often get athletes from the UK that do that, and we don't get it. So to see her medaling global final, I really wanted her to get the gold, but I just knew she was gonna get drawn in, unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree on that front. You're right. It was there. Mora was definitely a sacrificial lamb. She took the race out harder than expected.
Yeah.
Knowing her form wasn't in that type of shape to win that race. Preparing up for the Kenyans. I like the kind of Kenyan strategy. They kind of, if one person is not going to be in the race, they'll make you be the pacemaker, essentially. Sit out a fast pace and so everyone else follow. I felt like for Keely, you're right in saying like she didn't run to the best of her ability, because she could have just ran from the front if she wanted to. But I feel like she wanted to, okay, let someone else go and then I finish stronger. But you don't know what everyone else is doing, because you're thinking, you're not thinking Odira is the person that's going to try and challenge. You're thinking, Mora is the one. So Mora was baiting everyone in the race. But as you said, Keely fell for it. And Odira, what a run. We can't skim over Odira. What a run. Obviously, we had the other Mora in the semi-final where Keely allowed her to come past and win the race. And she said, oh, no, it's all fine. But you know, sometimes that little mental edge of just letting someone just win the race can always play in the back of your mind. And Odira kind of had the same surge that the other Mora had in the semi-final, which kind of led for this race. And you saw Odira just coming and storming through and going past the two Brits. And it was crazy. And even Hunter Bell gets Keely on the line. So was Keely in the shape that she thought she was in, or was it just a fact of, I'm so confident I'm going to win this race that I'm going to win the race? That's why I want to know. Was it her shape? But everyone says they're in the best shape of their life, but even if they're not. Do you get what I mean? So I just want to know from her perspective, if we hear anything in the next few days, was it a thing where you weren't in that shape, but you ran a time where she says you're in great shape, to be fair. So I can't take anything away. Odira, great race. The Kenyans just dominating the long distance and the 800 meters that they have.
I mean, even Keely's time is still good enough to win. That's how bad it was. Because
it was a different race.
It was, on a different race. Sorry, like it was still fairly close to her PB. Do you know what I mean? And it would have taken her her equaling her PB to win today's race. So yeah, but that was a great point about like Mora being used as a sacrificial lamb, because as soon as Odira won, all the Kenyans went up to her. Like they're like, somebody's getting gold.
We don't know who. We're leaving with something.
Some form of gold. And then Georgia, big up her, man, because the way she paced her race, like, it's not to say Keely crumbled or anything like that, because that's too much of a match out, but Georgia's the one that you would have expected that from, out of like their recent, like, say, championship history and stuff like that. But a good point that the commentators made, like, just pre-race, like, Georgia's actually kept her composure throughout the tournament and basically throughout the year, and she ran a PB to get silver, so fair play to her.
That's all you can ask for.
What do you say, Mr. Peace?
Oh, so Bro, my opinion on it is kind of what I said to you lot earlier. Bro, you don't let yourself get into a foot race with these Kenyans in the last 100, bro. I can't remember who we was watching the other day, Jacob, when I was talking to you about it, and I said, bro, like,
Faith Kipyegon.
bro, just don't do it. Like, I watched her run. I watched these lot run. No, because she came second to another
Faith-
Kenyan.
Yes, yeah.
She came second to another Kenyan, and to another Kenyan, sorry. And then I said to you, bro, Jacob, I've just watched these girls run 4,900 meters, yeah, and they've just sprinted the 100 meters faster than an average person could, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I was like, bro, it's just not normal, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know where they find the energy, the speed. I don't know where they get it from. So it's like, for Hodgkinson, it's like, realistically, obviously, supposedly, she's meant to be the best there, innit? So it's like, one off, let's just say. And she's saying she said she was in great form, which she showed to a certain extent. But it's like, then just lead the race. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't leave it up to chance at the end. Just lead it from the beginning. And then if the Kenyan does a madness or someone does a madness from behind you and, like, I don't know, tracks up 10, 15 meters of track to catch you, that's crazy then. Fair enough, innit? But at least you've done what you could. But you've left it till the end. Everyone's there nice and tight. The other Kenyans basically baited you the whole way. And then you've even got nicked at the line by your compatriot. Do you get what I'm saying? You ain't even come second. So it's like I watched all the heats and like the semis and whatnot for the 800 meters, and then I would see how kind of like Hodgkinson would talk, and I'd see how what's her name, Hunter Bell would talk, and it's like Hunter Bell was just getting, like, obviously Hodgkinson was just getting through the rounds, whatnot, but it was like in her head she's like, this is mine. Do you get what I'm saying? Which is good, but then race like it's yours. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas Hunter Bell was just kind of like, obviously she hadn't really been there before, you get it? So she's just up for it. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of what you said earlier when you were speaking, Bo, you were spot on. It's like, if she kind of had taken Hunter Bell's mentality going into the race, she probably wins. Do you get what I'm saying? It's that's the reality, innit? But Odira, bro, you can't sprint like that in 100 meters and not win, innit? After like the last it's crazy the speed these lot have, bro, in the last 100 meters after running long distance, bro. Like, I commend it heavily, bro. And it's like, I just feel like the Brits, I don't know, man, they just take things for granted, especially when they're like labeled as favorites or one of the favorites. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like if you speak about Amy Hunt was never expected to medal. Do you get me? She just went there, done her thing. There was even a guy in the 1500s, I think his name's like Whiteman or something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, nicked at the line by who? The Portuguese guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, by Nadir. Nadir came last in the Diamond League the other day, you know? He came last, bro. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But then they was even trying to, like, they interviewed him after, and they was like, oh, what's the difference between you coming last, like, the other day and then you now winning gold? He said, bro, nothing's changed. I just had a bad race, innit? It's like, do you get what I'm saying? I had a bad race, but I knew what I was coming here to do, and I was coming here to win. Do you get what I'm saying? Or to at least try and win. And then with the English lot, it's like, I feel like they come here expecting to win when they're labelled as one of the favourites, instead of actually coming with that mentality, like, I am going to win this. It's more, I'm expected to win this. Do you get what I'm saying?
So they're going to give it to you.
That's a big difference in mentality, bro. And I think that's what's messed up Keely in today, literally.
That's the thing. No one's going to give you the race. But
no one.
It comes across like, okay, I'm in the race, so if I'm in it, then I should win it. I feel like Kerr had the same kind of mentality going into his 1500. Do you know what? It might not even be the fact that, I think it's the way they market it to us. Because if we watch TV somewhere else, we wouldn't see what's marketed this way.
No.
So, but that's how the English media are, isn't it? With every sport.
But if you watch it, say, on Eurosport, you wouldn't get this coverage. So the coverage we get from the Britain is, we don't watch half the events that are happening because they're showing us an interview of Keely, because they're showing us an interview of Kerr. I'm thinking, bro, I want to watch what's going on the track. So I feel like it's almost the way they market them to be the one that's going to win, and then you put them on a pedestal to tear them down. It's like already preparing for what's next. Sorry,
Yeah.
Rana, I cut you off though. You were gonna say
No,
something.
I was just gonna say, I think as well, like in general, the UK really struggles with preparing people for the championships.
Yeah.
Championship racing is so different. Listen, Diamond League, there's 3 paces, there's lights, you know, it's all planned. Like you sit down, you say, oh, I want to run 155 today. Yeah, they say, okay, cool. Then I pace it for you at this. Cool, no problem. When you get to the championships, that's where you really know who's a serious athlete, who's a winner, not a fast runner, who's a winner, who's a champion, isn't it? And I think Keely is a champion. She definitely is. She just got caught up in all the lovely, amazing stuff that has happened to her since she won that Olympic medal. Because one thing about the UK is when you win a gold medal, they will put you everywhere. You'll be on every cereal box, every advert, and all these things are taking away from your training time, your downtime, your time to work on your mentality. And it's expected because, you know, you're funded by the National Lottery and all these things. And I just think leading up to championships, they need to be a bit more strict and understand that, like, this is not a celebrity, this is an athlete. It's a difference. There's a big difference. They're not celebrities, they're athletes, and they need the time and space to prepare. I'm concerned that's what's going to happen to Amy Hunt. She looks good, she speaks good. They're going to put her everywhere.
They're gonna put her everywhere, bro.
And it's just going to take away from her time. And it's counterproductive to what they want to achieve, which is to win.
But it depends though. You don't have to allow it to. Go on, Joe.
No, I was just gonna say on Keely, like anytime post Olympics and then early this week, I pre'd her Instagram, and do you know what? Like, not to her defense, but it's not even a British thing. She's been booked and busy across the world. Like, she's doing events with Carl Lewis, like with just say like the American media or just say the big corporations in general. So, and Rana, you made a good point the last episode you were on that you feared like going into these championships that she didn't actually have enough time to herself effectively. And not to say the proof was in the pudding today, but like even just a little thing as me pre-ing her Instagram like earlier in the week, I was like, bro, she's actually just been about. It's not even a British thing. She's a global star. Do you know what I mean? So it's somewhat handling that, and that goes back to our earlier conversation on Julian Alfred. Like, she's the only one that I've heard openly admit that since becoming an Olympic champion, it actually got to her. And it's probably been the same for Keely as well. But in the sense that she actually hasn't had as much time. Obviously, man don't know her diary, innit? You get me? So
It's interesting you say that though, Joe, but you have to understand that goes back to the whole athletics protocol as in general. No one really gets paid enough to only focus on one thing.
Yeah, facts.
You get what I mean? They have to be booked and busy because you can't turn down that event because that's money. This track race you're running today ain't paying you money. It's going to give you a gold medal around your neck. And that's going to get you more events and more bookings. But you can't be turning down these things because at the end of the day, if you're not there, they're going to go and say, oh, who's the next best thing? And then the next best thing's there. They'll be the person that's booked and busy next time. Obviously, it's taken away from your track time, but you have to understand that at the end of the day, that doesn't pay your bills. That does. So
facts.
They're looking at it from a financial aspect, and the only one I've seen balance a celebrity, well, I've seen a few balance a celebrity and athlete well, but they're the 100-meter sprinters.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? Like, Noah Lyles does it well, to be fair. Other than that, you kind of Faith Kipyegon, but she's not a celebrity in our world. She is in Africa, definitely. And Tobago is in Africa, but do you get what I mean? It's a big difference between. There's a fine line, I guess. You have to be both.
Yeah, definitely.
No, facts.
But the good thing I will say is I feel like this thing, it will light some fire in her belly. We're going to see her come back next year. She's a meal smoke. There's not a championship here next year. So I'm hoping that a lot of them actually take a little bit more downtime and kind of just do a 2-year lead out right to the next thing, which I don't know where it is. I don't know where the next World Championship is.
Let me actually check.
But yeah, I think
she'll be good, man. She's 23, man.
Yeah.
She's 23, bro. She got years, man. She got years, bro. She's going to have the next champs, next Olympics going to be her prime years, right?
Next one's a similar time zone as it's in Beijing, so.
Oh, God. It's in Beijing?
Yeah. And then obviously Olympics is LA, so yeah.
Hello.
I'll be real. The Beijing, I didn't mind this one. I'll be real. This one,
Yeah.
watching stuff at midday
It's
to
good,
3 o'clock.
Yeah,
midday is
it was
great.
nice. Look.
Yeah,
This is
it's
calm.
great. It's great. It's
Do you
great.
guys
Yeah.
remember Rio? I was waking up at 2 in the morning. It's a 100-meter
Yeah.
final. I'm like, mate, it's 100-meter final. I need to get up.
Just burning our eyes to watch stuff.
Honestly.
But
But
no,
yeah.
it was good. It was good. Go, Joe.
Now, I was just gonna say, all in all, that was a great 800-meter final.
It was.
No, good race, though. Good race,
And
still. Good race.
we know in championship races, anyone can come out the woodwork. Bro, God will give anyone that, or not to say no one's going to have that strength, but that extra determination. Because, again, we spoke about Marcel Jacobs earlier in the week. That was his time to win gold, that 100 meters.
Yeah.
Today was Odira's time. Let's see now if she can maintain it. You get me? And she'll have the backing of her teammates because she'll have pace setters, evidently. So, yeah. But and
Nah,
again,
do you know what?
shout out to
she
Ja.
won't have face setters.
You
She won't
know
have
what I
face
meant.
setters. It's just how the Kenyan teams and the African teams work. If they just know you're not going to be the one,
Yeah.
we're running for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically we all run, or we run hard till 200 meters until the last 200, and then you're on your own. That's like what they've employed.